This is a continuation of my WrestleMania preview. You heard it yesterday on the Brand's World podcast. I previewed WrestleMania Saturday, or at least at the time was the matches announced, and then my predictions of what WrestleMania Saturday will be. You already heard my spiel, but in case you missed it, going into WrestleMania weekend here, I am recording on Tuesday, March 28th. 2023. So as of now, there was only two matches announced for WrestleMania Saturday, which was Cena, Theory, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul. The match on Sunday announced is obviously Roman Reigns defending the Undisputed Championship in the main event against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So I previewed WrestleMania Saturday. At least what I think the card will be. You can check that out. The link will be in the description below, as well as the link to me predicting the match order article that I wrote on my Substack. Again, that is not me giving my predictions, which I will give here. That's just me predicting the order of the card. As always, Brandon's World is sponsored by Anchor, which is now Spotify for podcasters, and we are in collaboration with Voltage Live. And here we go. WrestleMania Sunday. It may not be stupendous, but it is WrestleMania Coast Hollywood, and I believe WrestleMania Sunday will kick off with Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, defending against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in the 21st century is a dominant champion. And I do believe that Gunther walks out of here after this is another match. I talked about Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Ray Dominic, Usos, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Theory, Cena. All of those have potential on night one to steal the show. Night two, this one has potential to steal the show. It's absolutely an opening candidate. And if Cena and Theory did not open WrestleMania Saturday, I would have opened with this match. These are three of the toughest son of a bitches in World Wrestling Entertainment right now. These are three of the baddest individuals on the planet, and these are three hard-hitting individuals. And I do believe that Gunther's reign as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the 21st century continues, because I do believe he will last at least 1 year as champion. I think he pins Drew McIntyre because he's already pinned Sheamus twice. I don't want Sheamus to take the fall. I could see it where McIntyre Claymore Sheamus. Gunther then will hit the powerbomb or the last sympathy on McIntyre to retain the championship. And an absolute stud of a match where these three bulls throw haymakers at each other. And obviously, the history with Gunther and Sheamus dating back to Clash of the Castle, the history with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And as Sheamus tries to climb and become the Intercontinental Champion for the first time in his career, the only championship currently he has not held, it is not his time yet. It will be his time soon, maybe later on down the line this year, but it will not be his time yet, I believe. The next matchup here, after that banger of a match, I think we need a quick match, and there's no better quick match, I believe, than the 5-minute beastly encounter we will get between Brock Lesnar and Omos. Doesn't Omos make Brock Lesnar look like a little kid? I mean, seriously, the beat and the size of that 410-pound, 7'3" Nigerian giant. I think at this point, Lesnar will somehow get Omos up, and at 5M, I think it will be a spectacle. I think it will be very fun. I don't know how Brock Lesnar is going to do it, but this will create a WrestleMania moment. This will create clicks and buzz and social media and all that, and that's what WrestleMania is. As I remind everybody every single year, WrestleMania is not just for the diehard wrestling fans. It is very much for the casuals, which is why you're seeing a lot of legends. You're seeing a triple threat, a fatal four-way, a normal match, a Hell in a Cell. There's a lot of diversity on this card. They did that for a reason. I think Lesnar F5ing Omos is going to be a scene. It's going to be unbelievable. They're going to have to reinforce the ring. But I think Lesnar takes care of Omos, but Omos looks good doing it. This is the one main match on the card that I'm not necessarily excited about. Bianca Belair, Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Not only has the build been bad, but I'm not the biggest fan of Asuka. I never have been. I don't really like superstars that I don't really think can cut good promos. I'm not just a wrestling person. I am way more of a character person than a wrestling person. I don't believe Asuka is that good in the ring, or I don't believe that she can talk. With that being said, I think Bianca Belair is good. I think she's been cut down kind of this last year because she doesn't have legitimate challengers for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka is kind of the last person left, so I do expect Asuka to win this match. But this build reminds me a lot of Asuka and Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 37, a match that I just was not into, though that show was a good show. Speaking of a phenomenal show and a phenomenal match coming up, that is Edge, Finn Balor, inside Hell in a Cell, or should I say, the Demon King, Finn Balor, because Finn Balor is going to bring back his demon side. Edge is going to bring back his brood side. And these two bulls are going to compete inside Hell in a Cell. We know this is one of the most personal rivalries outside of Rey and Dominic Mysterio and the Bloodline of the entire show. Last year, WrestleMania 38, Edge debut, the Judgment Day faction, as Damian Priest helped him defeat AJ Styles as Edge was transitioning over to a darker side of himself to help get younger talent over. A month later, Rhea Ripley joined the group in a rematch between Edge and Styles at WrestleMania Backlash. A month later, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan teamed against Ripley, Edge, and Priest in a match at Hell in a Cell, and a match that Edge, Ripley, and Priest became victorious. The next night, Edge invited Finn Balor to join the Judgment Day, and Finn Balor did join the Judgment Day, but he also kicked Edge out of the Judgment Day, and Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley took on the Judgment Day as a faction of their own, and a faction they did not really get over until Dominic Mysterio joined the group at Clash of the Castle. We already went over that whole story between Rey and Dominic during night one of WrestleMania. But this Edge, Finn Balor, personal, obviously Finn Balor being the one to kick Edge out of his own creation. Edge and Finn Balor had that in Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules, where they had an I Quit match, and Finn Balor made Edge say I quit as Rhea Ripley delivered a concerto to Edge's wife, Beth Phoenix. Then at the Royal Rumble, Edge returned from that Extreme Rules I Quit match, touched Finn Balor, Damian Priest over the top rope, and at the Elimination Chamber, Edge and Beth Phoenix defeated Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley in a mixed tag team match. Now, Finn Balor and Edge look to finish their almost year-long feud inside Hell in a Cell, and you guys know, as much as I love the Rated R Superstar, I do not believe he's going to win this match, sadly, and it is sad because it could very well be Edge's last WrestleMania. Edge is on record that he is going to probably retire at the end of 2023 whenever WWE comes back to his own town of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And so I do believe that Edge wants to give the rub to the younger talent like he initially intended to with the Judgment Day, in an absolute banger of a contest between Edge and Finn Balor, which will finally end this feud and cause both men to move on. Finn Balor possibly to the United States Championship picture, and Edge to the final stages of his career, where he will surely mix it up with young and veteran talent as he tries to find the proper retirement match. That's the route I think we're going. I think this is going to be a long, vicious Hell in a Cell match with a lot of different weapons, potentially blood involved, and I think these guys are going to definitely have the opportunity to be the best match on the entire WrestleMania card. After that banger, we will get to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, who will win the Women's Showcase match against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, and Shotzi and Natalya. Again, same thing with the men's showcase match on night one. This really has nothing to do with anything. It's just that these women probably deserve to be on the WrestleMania card, and there's not really a spot for them. So much for them in a fatal four-way match. And I think Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler become victorious. There's nothing much to really say about that because I want to get to the megastar before we get to the main event. That being L.A. Knight, because you cannot have a WrestleMania without the one and only L.A. Knight. And I believe right before the main event, L.A. Knight realized he has not been on the WrestleMania card yet. He comes out to cut a promo, and a legend, whether it's the great Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who we all wanted to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 for the Undisputed Universal Championship, whether it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, whether it's Randy Orton's reportedly getting set and ready for a return, somebody is going to come up and beat LA Knight in a very quick contest. And I think that this dude, LA Knight, much like Kevin Owens last year, being in that spot with Stone Cold Steve Austin, it's going to be a nice rub. It's going to catapult him. It's going to be a very fun segment, a lot like it was with Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon and Austin Theory and Stone Cold. Night two, before we got to the main event between Brock and Roman. Now we get to the main event between Roman Reigns, the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world, the head of the table, against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. A lot of people think that Cody Rhodes is going to end the reign, the 950-plus day reign of the Tribal Chief. But as I have told the various guests that have come on here over the last month, I do not believe this is the American Nightmare's time. I think Roman Reigns will surpass 1,000 days as the Universal Champion, and it puts more pressure on the Usos now that they have lost the Tag Team Championships. Roman Reigns can say, I knew it, right? I'm that at the table all along. I'm the only person that can keep my championship gold, and it causes even more of a rift in the bloodline with Roman as champion and the Usos not champions yet. Now, as far as shenanigans in this match go, we know there's going to be shenanigans with Solo Sikoa, with the Usos. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn may even come down again in this match, and they may have another brawl. The referee's going to be knocked down, maybe once, maybe twice. There's going to be a situation where Cody Rhodes hits Roman Reigns with crossroads. He may hit him once. He may hit him twice. He may hit him 3 times. But at the end of the day, he's not going to put down the Tribal Chief, because I do not believe Cody Rhodes is the one to take down Roman Reigns. I get it. Ever since Cody Rhodes returned last year at WrestleMania 38 AT&T Stadium, after wrestling in those bingo halls for All Elite Wrestling all those years, Cody Rhodes has built himself up. He is a fan favorite. A lot of people think that he is the one to finally be the Rhodes legacy and take down Roman Reigns and be that thing that Dusty Rhodes was never, and that is a world champion. But at the end of the day, you have to think of the story of the bloodline. And at the end of the day, the story with the bloodline is not the proper story for Roman Reigns, I believe. And so, therefore, I will give Roman Reigns the opportunity to retain the undisputed Universal Championship from Cody Rhodes. I think the reign retains, and I think it gives Cody an uphill battle to climb now over the next year, as Roman and Cody obviously go back and forth and they battle, and Cody tries to get the Universal Championship back from Roman Reigns, potentially at SummerSlam or WrestleMania 40. But I do think this story continues just a little bit longer. And so once again, WrestleMania Sunday, have Gunther retaining the Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Brock Lesnar defeats Omos. Asuka wins the Raw Women's Championship from Bianca Belair. Finn Balor defeats Edge inside Hell in a Cell. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler win the Women's Showcase. LA Knight gets beat up by a legend. And then Roman Reigns retains the Undisputed Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes. Do you like that clip from the Brands World Podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. while you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brandon's World podcast right here on YouTube.